Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. As always, I'm Chris, and as always, joined by Nick Slade.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, nothing screams celebrating 4th of July weekend by having a wrestling event in Canada. Yeah, we are doing these are our predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2024. So yeah, WWE's been busy since we last did a wrestling pay-per-view. Like busy. Like seriously. Like what we got? We got TNA Starship and NXT some more. We got people trying to play the game of chicken with WWE with varying effects. Ricochet is no as of this recording, Ricochet is no longer a part of WWE, and there's talk he's just jumping straight to AEW. Dijak out of nowhere his contract wasn't renewed. There was a difference. His contract wasn't renewed. Everybody thought it was going to, but it wasn't, and he was even generally surprised. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. The
I mean,
Wyatts,
there are multiple times in NXT they could have pushed him. They didn't do it.
yeah, no, exactly. Jacob Fatu finally made his debut, with reports saying they decided to keep his indie name, his
His real name.
initial wrestling name, which is great. It's fucking great because we don't need another fucking Sokoa. Because he's been
Besides,
doing so great.
it's his birth name. So
Yeah. So yeah, let's dive. Trying to think of anything else. They're finally releasing the behind the scenes WrestleMania 40 thing. This week, I think as it's recording, like tomorrow or Thursday. Which should be interesting to say the least, to see how
mhm.
much they BS and how much is truth.
Speaking of which, where's your behind the scenes?
Fuck off. Um, Look, man, I barely convinced my brother to get trailer reactions. Are you expecting to get the Royal Rumble stuff? Nah, I'm lucky to get what I want for the channel. But anyways, I love my brother to death. I'm gonna make a note of that. I love him. But
The
yeah,
part
it's
where he
been
adds in like a mustache on you or something.
and the Wyatt Six. Well,
Double
now
mustache.
it's interesting how they're spelling their name, but yeah, the Wyatt Six have officially made their debut, and it seems to be their first target is Chad Gable, especially after the promo we got last
Oh,
night,
fucking
heavily
Gable.
hinting that Chad Gable's definitely their first target.
Why?
Um,
Oh, don't even get. We'll talk about the Intercontinental. When we get to the Intercontinental match, don't even start
accor
about Chad Gable.
according to their first, apologies if you hear a dog barking. But apparently, according to their Raw promo from yesterday, um, they hate people that take advantage of their families. That's the one thing they don't like. Well, Bo Dallas slash Uncle Howdy doesn't like is people taking advantage of their families. So yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that because remember
Um.
I said I would give WWE a chance to see where they're going with Chad Gable after they did give him the title at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, but yeah, we're
So
it's been a fascinating time, both good and bad for WWE. I mean, let's dive into this. We're going to start. I don't know where we're gonna start. There's a lot of different matches. There's at least two matches gonna be main event. But let's go with what I think is probably gonna be the opening match, and that is for the Intercontinental title, as one Sami Zayn defends against the new big dog, Braun Breaker. Let's be honest, the new big dog. Uh, so it's gonna be interesting so far. Yeah, there's been build up with Braun Breaker. They have been pushing him to move. He basically ended Ricochet's career in WWE in kayfabe. Let's see. He's been duking out with like the Sheamus, Kaiser, like anybody, Ricochet, like I said, Dragunov, anybody he gets his hands on. They've been pushing into move. There's reports that because how well he's been received, they are definitely strapping a rocket to him more or less. And now it's Sammy who's the one who stepped up to Braun to put his Intercontinental title on the line against Braun Breaker. The promo with Sammy was good last night because it's like, you don't really know a thing about me, do you? It's because I've gone through, I've faced people like you before, and I've wound, eventually I've wound up on top against them. And I like what they're doing there with that. It's really cool. And yeah, it's this cool. This one could go either way. I mean, maybe, yeah, there's a couple that could go either way. There's that, I'm be honest, a lot of matches could go either way in this. That's what's the best part. This one's a bit unpredictable here because the question is, if it's true and they're strapping a rocket to him, do you give it to Braun Breaker? Or do you just have this be his first loss? Because remember, this is for like Sammy's home country, Canada. So like, do you have him lose to Braun Breaker, or does Braun Breaker continue his dominance and win here? Um, I mean, all things considered, I probably could see it being like Sammy doesn't really need to hold on to it for any longer than he needs to. Like the main goal was to take it off of Walter, which he did. I think now the next step is to establish a new person holding that title. I think for anybody, it's definitely Breaker. Like
There's
he
no
had,
reason for Breaker to lose now.
yeah, yeah. Well, unlike what we found out, I found out just before recording about what they do with Osprey Swerve for Forbidden Door, which classy move on Osprey's part. I gotta admit. Um, But no, I'm going to give it to Braun winning. Yeah, let's see what he does with it. Let's see how far he goes and who ultimately takes it from him. He's been a nonstop juggernaut since he's made his main officially have his main roster debut, and I just think I honestly just let's just keep that momentum going. I say Braun wins the Intercontinental title. What do you think?
Yeah, because honestly, I think Sammy should have lost to Clash of Castle. I don't think he even should be champion right now. Like, I don't see what else he's going to do with the title. So yeah, you're definitely not going to have Breaker lose now. So yeah, if you're not going to put on Chad Gable, put it on Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
So now instead of being Intercontinental Champion, Chad Gable's now in a weird feud with the Wyatts when he should be in a feud with Otis.
Well, we'll get like I said, we'll discuss that more once we get to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Next up. Um, let's see. I'm gonna flip a coin on this next one because I don't know. There's only 5 matches. Heads. Next up, we talk about 6-man. Tails. We talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match. And it is cool. We're talking about the 6-man tag next. So coming up next is 6-man tag match as Cody Rhodes, and Team RKO
So,
take on the Bloodline, which will consist of okay, so this is weird. Because apparently you haven't established which member of the bloodline is gonna be, which members of the bloodline is gonna be out of the 4. So it's gonna be either okay, so I know Solo is gonna be a part of it, but the other 3 it's either gonna be Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, or the recently debuting Jacob Fatu. I think all of them are gonna
or
get involved, honestly, but
there's also another option. Well,
um,
okay. Cody gets joined by a 4th member and it's 4 and 4.
uh I mean, who would you get as a 4th
Jimmy
for
Uso.
a but he's already the problem with Jimmy Uso. I thought you said
Jim,
sorry. The first pronunciation came in and the rest was like hiccuped out. Jimmy, I could see like maybe like I mean like Jimmy Uso never hated Paul Heyman, so them to establish some background in this. Yeah, the bloodline,
well, Jimmy
so
also got beat down by and betrayed.
that too. But yeah, Solo won all the current members of Bloodline to acknowledge him as the new tribal chief. Of course, Tama and Loa did it as well as Jacob Fatu. But of course, Paul Heyman went, "You not my bae," so no. So they triple power bombed him through a
No,
commentary table. This is a nice little throw there too, but
really rough. It was really rough how he went through it too. He kind of went in, almost missed it.
hopefully he's. I mean,
Like he almost went over the table.
yeah, in the non-kayfabe sense, I do hope Heyman's fine. I think he's fine. He's probably not going to be up and about for a little while, like walking around as he used to, but I think he'll be fine. Um, let's see. Yeah, so Cody gets, of course, Cody's involved because like Solo showed up after he successfully defended against Styles, a clash. Then Team RKO made the save because they've been currently feuding with the Bloodline because why not? We need these guys to flow with some members of the Bloodline for the rest of eternity. But that's where we're at now. Yeah, they could turn it into an eight-man, but we'll have to wait. I think they'll probably establish that on SmackDown Friday. But I think we're going to
Mm-hmm.
stick with this being a six-man for now. We're going to stick with this being a six-man tag for now. Yeah. Like they're obviously and unfortunately setting up Cody versus Solo at SummerSlam, whether we
That's
like it or not.
that's not a SummerSlam match.
I know it's not. Don't you think I know not it's not? This man defeated John Cena and then had an amazing losing streak after that. Like,
And now because he's got some goons and he calls himself Tribal Chief, we're supposed to believe he's believable.
I
Jacob
don't.
Fatu is more believable than him right now.
True. And honestly, this is not saying it's been grand, but this has been one of the better runs with Solo right now. Trying to establish him as a better character. It's not perfect, but it's something. But like, it still goes back to that losing streak I mentioned. It's like, okay, fine. Just so yeah, I think regardless of who shows up Friday, if it's like turns into eight man, yeah, Bloodline wins here. Like I think Solo gets the pin on Cody, so we can establish them at SummerSlam, and then Roman's gonna show up at SummerSlam, and Solo's run's gonna seem very mute by this point. By that point, I was telling my brother yesterday too. You know what's
Well,
amazing? We've been attached to Roman Reigns' run in all of WWE for years now. And it's insane how we've gone from him being loved in the Shield to being hated as a singles guy to him being absolutely adored now as Roman Reigns. Getting "We Want Roman" chants. Like, holy shit,
I
how
mean,
far that man's come.
to me, that shows how fickle the audience is because they couldn't wait for him to be gone, and now he's gone. They want him back. And they said, "Oh, we can wait for Cody to be champion." Now they're saying, "Oh, Cody's run's boring." It's fickleness.
His run hasn't been boring. It's just booking hasn't been great. And to be fair, I'm gonna be fair.
To me, they were saying it's like 2 weeks after he won it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. His title defense feud with AJ was good, though I still think the ending to the Clash one was stupid. But no, it were good, but it's like you have so many potential feuds you can do, but we're just playing a waiting game with Roman and Rock. Like seriously? Like
And the thing is, people are remembering like all the highlights of Roman's title run, but they're forgetting there were long periods where either he wasn't there or it wasn't good. Like it's kind of like it's like look in it's hindsight looking back. We could look at the highlight reel and say, "Oh, Roman Reigns, his whole reign was good." Like, no, it wasn't. There were long periods where it was not good. Like,
yeah,
especially like it took Sami Zayn to rejuvenate that storyline.
yeah,
But to
but
get back to basically what I was saying, I don't know what they're doing with Cody, and right now with SummerSlam, he should be having a bigger match. There is a possibility that something happens in Money in the Bank that costs the Bloodline, like somebody either Jimmy Uso or Paul Heyman or even Roman Reigns himself costs them the match. And after the match, after the victory, Randy Orton turns on Cody, and we get Cody Randy at SummerSlam instead. Because you notice, like on when he was on SmackDown, when Cody mentioned the WWE title, Randy Orton looked at the title and then looked at Cody.
yeah, I guess you can. We'll have to see on that. I wish it was that. Honestly, I do, but it is what it is. Like my prediction is Bloodline wins here. They beat down the good guys, but then Jimmy returns to make the save for them. That's my guess on that. Is Jimmy makes the save after the match. Like
We'll
either
see.
yeah, either after a match or it just becomes an eight-man tag starting as of Friday Night SmackDown.
Thing is, if I just knew what they were going to do on SmackDown, it would help my decision now. I'm kind of we don't because, but based on what I know now, if they are doing Cody solo at SummerSlam, then yeah, the Bloodline has to win to establish that.
So next up for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest will be defending against Seth Rollins. The caveat being this is a last chance match, which means that if Cody is not Cody, if Seth is unable to win the World Heavyweight Championship, he can no longer go after the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Priest is champion. However, if Rollins wins the title, Priest must leave Judgment Day. So yeah, they have been, because of Liv and because of animosity between Damian and Balor, they've definitely been building up the eventual breakup of Judgment Day. Like, you have Carlito there now. I think I think we've hit the bottom of the barrel.
Hey,
Like,
Carlito's been really funny in the Judgment Day.
to be fair, he has, but let's be honest, like Judgment Day, the clock's been ticking ever since Rhea left via injury. Like, yeah, so one of the things that's been happening is Liv's been trying to make Dominic Mysterio hers by helping JD and Balor win the tag titles from Awesome Truth, 40-piece chicken nuggets, full like a full HD, the whole works and stuff like that, kissing up, like Balor taking the hotel key, which could mean anything. One thing is Balor's getting on Priest's case because Priest made it clear to Rollins like last week that he doesn't need the Judgment Day needs him, then he needs the Judgment Day, needs him more than the Judgment Day needs him. You know what I mean? Uh, and like Priest had to establish what he meant by that to Balor, but he's even asked Balor last night to not interfere in his match against Rollins. Oh, geez, that was a lot. But yeah, Rollins is back early. Apparently seems to be good. Like his road to recovery was like close to Cena levels of recovery, so I'm happy for him. Happy to see him back. He's definitely a name that's been missed on Raw. Can't believe I'm saying that. This guy's still being his middle name still freaking, which is weird, which is freaking weird. But I am happy to see him back. It's really cool to see him back. But now here's the question, because we still have two more matches to talk about that are very vital. Well, one is very vital to this match because Drew McIntyre has promised if he wins the briefcase, he's leaving Canada as World Heavyweight Champion. So, and yes, I know you're giving that face, Nick, because of what happened at Clash, but I'm going to be honest. I've been liking Drew post-Clash. Homicidal maniac Drew McIntyre, who bloodied CM Punk in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Like, and then his shirt. Have you seen his new shirt? It says DM Hunk, which I
Yeah, that's how they
love.
started.
Like, look, I'm still pissed that it's like with me in WrestleMania 39 last year with Cody not winning there. I'm still a little miffed, but right now I can't complain considering where they're going with the wrestler right now, in this case Drew McIntyre. So, with that, all that being said, and we're probably spoiling who we want to win the Money in the Bank. We're just gonna go with an if theory here. If theory. If if Drew wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, what happens in this match? Who wins this match, World Heavyweight Championship match? Given that.
One, I don't. If Drew does win Money in the Bank, I don't think he'll cash in. I think he'll try to cash in, and maybe Punk will stop him from cashing in. But I don't see any point in him cashing in and failing to cash in because they're doing Priest versus Gunther.
Mhm.
There's no reason to put the belt back on Rollins unless you want to give Gunther a bigger person to beat. But then why have Rollins have a 1 month reign
Okay.
just for that? Unless they really want to do Priest Balor at SummerSlam, which you can wait on that. You can do that at Bash in Berlin. Um,
So honestly, I would kill to see. I know Punk would probably interfere at SummerSlam, but I would kill to see McIntyre Walter. Oh, that would be such a good match.
okay, here's the thing. If that was the plan, it should have happened at Clash. If it's not going to happen at Clash, it shouldn't happen anytime soon. That was the moment, and the moment's passed.
Okay.
Uh, there's no reason to do it now. just McIntyre Punk and be for not for the title. And it's clear they're probably going to put the title on Gunther at SummerSlam. So, and it makes more sense for him to beat Priest at that point. So I think Priest is beating Rollins, whether through unwanted help from the Judgment Day or not, or he beats him clean, and it's a way to start establishing Priest as a face. It's like a show of respect moment.
Mhm.
And if McIntyre does, if he is Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank, which we'll talk about that, and he tries to cash in, I think either Punk will prevent him from cashing in. I don't think he'll cash in and then fail, because what would be the point of Punk costing him the title for a fourth time? Because that's just overkill at that point. He's already screwed him 3 times. At least I have McIntyre hold on to the Money in the Bank for a while. Then, if he's going to be Money in the Bank, and have McIntyre and Punk fight each other. Hell, maybe down the line, have Gunther maybe lose the title to Punk, and that's McIntyre's ultimate revenge down the line. He cashes it on Punk for the title.
Mm.
So I basically all I'm saying is Priest wins and he leaves as champion,
Okay, you see
no
Priest
matter what.
wins, no cash in.
Maybe an attempted cash in, but not a full cash in.
So you like he's about to give it to the ref, but then he gets knocked out or some shit.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I know it's a big conundrum because you do have Walter waiting the wings for at SummerSlam.
Which is,
Like
I feel like they
I
tied their hands with that.
like having Priest as champ that long, I guess would establish what I wouldn't say establish him, but at least you would have a solid reign for Summer. Because let's be honest, spoilers for our SummerSlam 2024 predictions, but Walter's leaving Cleveland as World Heavyweight Champion.
So yeah,
That's
why have him
uh,
beat a 1 month, either a 1 month title reign, whether it be McIntyre or
yeah.
Rollins? We can just have Priest hold it one more
Yeah,
month.
yeah, for like two reasons. A, they've been building this motherfucker up since he finally made his main roster. Well, since Triple H took over and for Walter's creative. Two, Bash in Berlin. Like
Mm.
seriously, like you're probably going to do Walter Dragunov there. You're probably gonna do Walter Dragunov there because that's the third bout that I would love to see because in WWE, they've only fought twice now. Walter came out with Victor the first time, Dragunov came out with Victor the second time. So we have that third possibility. And doing it in Berlin, oh, that's gonna be your main event. No offense to Cody Rhodes. Um, okay, so yeah, my thoughts. I agree with pretty much what you said. Like, yeah, I would say Priest wins here. Like, you wouldn't just do. I mean. I agree, no cash in. I do agree, no cash in. But be honest, could you see Rollins Walter at SummerSlam? Because they
Well,
haven't. Have they actually wrestled each other yet?
I don't know if they have, but what would be the point of Rollins getting the title just losing a month later? Like, just have Priest hold it all. He gets to hold it from Mania to SummerSlam, and he just puts over uh
But
he puts
here's
over
the.
Gunther, and maybe that's the point where the Judgment Day fully collapses because maybe Ballard once again tries to help, but this time it backfires.
I mean, okay, so here's how I'm looking at it. Rollins. Okay, here's how I'm looking at it. I have two things have to happen for Priest. Oh, two things have to happen in this situation to get to Walter at SummerSlam. Either Priest retains here. Uh, babyface in between now and then you do Walter Priest because you can't do a heel versus heel. It's Walter. Walter's already established strong
Priest
heel.
is basically a face. They're basically booking him like a face. He's
I
tired
mean,
of his shenanigans. He doesn't want help with his title runs. He basically already is a face.
I'm saying is making it official, like making it official, like him an official face, not just like all these pulling. Yeah, he's playing with us. He's like, oh, I'm so part of the no, like official 100% bona fide. Even if it's just tweener, I don't care. But heavily Leon babyface, I
Mm.
could see that happening. Like I really could. Or or like I said, you give it to or like I said, you give it to Rollins. And
I
then
mean, the
have him
only
lose it to Walter. But because Rollins is already established very strong established face, and like having Walter beat one of your top guys at one of your big four does show more dominance over him.
I guess it really comes to the fact of when do you want to have Judgment Day turn on Priest? Do you want to have it before SummerSlam or or during or after SummerSlam? Because if you want to do it before SummerSlam, then yeah, that's the point you do it. You'd have the Judgment Day act like they're going to help Priest. He's like, oh, I don't want your help, but ultimately they cost him and say you're out of Judgment Day. No
I
matter
guess
and
yeah, go on.
or you do it at and then you do Priest Balor at SummerSlam,
Yeah. That
or you
oh,
have the turn happen at SummerSlam and you do Priest Balor Bash in Berlin.
you know what? Just because you went a priest, for the sake of this, I'll go with Rollins. Just because, like,
There's a lot
uh,
of factors involved in this match,
yeah,
involving multiple feuds.
because like I think regardless, you're still right. Judgment Day are gonna beat down Priest, like
Just
no
depends
doubt.
when,
Yeah,
either
Judgment
now or
Day.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, Judgment Day is gonna beat down Priest, and then by the time Rhea eventually comes back, hopefully, knock on wood, by SummerSlam, she's like, "What the fuck is going on?
And I
Why
think
is
they'll
that
turn.
guy, that apple eating dude here?" Like,
I think they'll turn on Rhea too and replace her with Liv Morgan.
yeah, I think this, regardless, I think this is gonna be like the first real big note in the breakup of Judgment Day is this match.
Or at least a reskinning of Judgment Day, like without Priest and Rhea, and
Yeah,
maybe as Balor's leader with Liv Morgan added.
you see what I mean though, right? This card, there's still there's a good chunk of unpredictability here. Like honestly.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
It would be kind of like this be long term storytelling because remember before Balor joined Judgment Day, he was teaming with AJ Styles and Liv Morgan, feuding with them. It'd be kind of funny if this was a long term plan between Balor and Morgan to take Judgment Day away from Priest and Rhea.
Yeah. And then the you know
That'd be
it's
kind of interesting.
no, it would be. Because everybody's okay. I get one more thing before we get to the next our first ladder match. Because everybody is crossing their fingers but it's a the second ever Custody Atomic ladder match at SummerSlam. But this time the World Heavyweight title is also on the line. Like, and I'll be honest, I'd see it. I watch that. I'd be so hyped for that.
I think if you
Like,
do that, you have Dominic turn on Rhea.
we'll have to see on that. That's a good point. We'll have to see on that because he's still saying no to Liv's advances. Like he's trying his best. Because what's funny is, I love there's one second on Raw where Priest talks to Dom, like, oh, you talked to Rhea? Well, I did. And she's pissed at you. She is pissed at you. I love that. It's like call them out as BS.
What's weird is
Um,
they never really established what Dominic and Rhea's relationship is.
it's just
Uh,
one of those, he's her sub. Like, that's it.
but are they supposed to be dating? Like,
No,
what's their
he just
relationship?
look. I don't know
What?
about BDSM relationships, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing there except for the fact that like Dom, like Rhea gets her kicks off of Dom being treated like a lapdog. Um,
Well, then the only reason she should be mad is because he's flirting with the woman who took her out. Which, to be fair, she took her out first. But who cares? And the thing about it
okay,
is, I think like Priest is clearly turning face. Rhea's getting cheered so much, they're probably going to turn her face. So I think this is all going to lead to by SummerSlam, Rhea and Priest being out of Judgment Day and Balor establishing a new Judgment Day.
okay. So next up, okay, let's stop the Judgment Day talk for now because we'll probably talk about it a little bit more when we get to that men's match. But next up in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, we have the likes of, okay, representing, see if I can get this right, representing Raw, Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria, and Zoe Stark. And then on the other side, representing SmackDown, we have Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi. Now, we talked about this during a Forbidden Door reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And
This
unlike
one
the
feels a
men's,
lot. This one
yeah,
feels a lot easier.
unlike the men's, I feel like it's like there's a nine, oh, let's see. Uh, There's a 98% chance that Tiffany Stratton's winning, with that
Like,
small 2% chance that Chelsea Green wins and causes chaos for the internet.
I mean, she did say if she wins Money in the Bank and wins the title, she's going to bring back the Divas Championship. Which that could be a funny storyline on her. Not only if she just brings back the Divas Championship and just
2%.
hold
Go on.
and she like holds it like a she just holds it as her title. Um, but yeah, to me, there's no one else I see long term them pushing for a reason to give Money in the Bank. Tiffany Stratton makes the most sense. I think it probably will happen at SummerSlam. Um, I think Bailey's going to beat Nia Jax, but she'll be so beat up and worn out that Tiffany Stratton will cash in.
Um, I think just so they don't repeat. Okay, I first off, I agree with you, Tiffany Stratton to win. I think just to not repeat it, because remember that's exactly what happened last year's SummerSlam. Was it Io cash in on Bianca who won the title back? Um,
I
I would
mean,
say
it
not
would
to
be the
make a
first
repeat.
time they've redone stuff. How many times has the women cashed it on the same night?
Okay, so not to make a repeat of that, I would say you instead have Stratton cash in on Bailey at Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, but against who? Like, it would make the most sense that Bailey would be the most exhausted after fighting somebody like Nia Jax.
Well, you can probably do Bailey Nia 3 at
Oh,
Bash.
please don't curse us with that. It's bad enough we got to do it twice.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I don't want them to just rinse and repeat exactly what they did with the Women's Money in the Bank last year. I just probably a little bit of delay. Like I said, Bash in Berlin, I could see it happening there or at another pay-per-view. I don't see her immediately I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't see her catching at SummerSlam. I see her catching it sometime after SummerSlam. I'm being honest. Even if it's the Raw after SummerSlam, I'd be fine with that. But no,
I mean,
I don't see her
SmackDown.
cashing in at SummerSlam. I see her cashing in sometime later, maybe at the September. What's their September event?
Bash in Berlin. Well, no, technically it's Bash in Berlin. It's the last day of August. They're not really having a September
Okay.
show.
I can see him doing an October show. Oh, I can see him make history at Crown Jewel in November
Yeah,
because they like to do. Go
they
on.
haven't officially named what the October is going to be. There's a rumor it's going to be Bad Blood. They're bringing Bad Blood back.
It's kind of a Halloween theme. I get it,
I
but
would
no,
rather they do Halloween Havoc, but they're probably going to keep that with NXT.
So for me, Stratton cashes in earliest Bash in Berlin, latest Crown Jewel.
All right, yeah.
That's the window I'll go.
Either way is the same.
Yeah, she's gonna take the title off. She's gonna be going to take the title off of Bailey.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's fine. Um, and you already established that with her little thing she had before Backlash France against Bailey and Naomi. So,
mm-hmm.
and next up, probably not gonna be the main event, but fuck it, it's this is a gimmick paper. It's one of the only handful of gimmick pay-per-views that WWE has left that they're doing. In the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, representing Raw, we have Jey Uso. What was it? Jey Uso, Chad Gable, and Drew McIntyre. Uh, on the SmackDown side of things, you have Carmelo Hayes, L.A. Knight.
And the WWE Speed Champion.
Oh, hello, L.A. Knight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm
That was a
okay. Hold on.
L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And yeah. This
And the
should be
WWE
interesting.
Speed Champion.
Now, okay,
Andrade.
so there's a few storylines going into this. There is actually. There's with stuff with Chad Gable and the White Six, LA Knight and Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Andrade's there, Jey Uso. Oh my God, I swear to God, Jey Uso better not fucking win. Have you seen the promotional ad for what he wants to do with the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Call it the Money in the Yeet.
No, Yeet in the Bank. It says Yeet in the Bank in the promotional.
Yeet in the bank.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
Money in the Yeet. I don't care. I think I get like it's for some reason it's popular, but I think Yeet's really outdated. It was
so
out
okay,
years ago.
yeah. So we have two directions they can go. They can go the Stratton route, give it to Carmelo Hayes. Once
No,
again, I'm not saying he's cashing in anytime soon. I'm not saying that.
I don't even see a year from now him really competing for the world title yet. Like he's definitely got to go with. I think he'll have a run with the Intercontinental title, U.S. title before then.
Like I said, go to Carmelo Hayes route, like they do with Stratton, give it to the new freshly established up and comer, and eventually down the road have him cash in. Or the blade. Oh, okay, technically a third. There's a pipe dream. Chad, give it to Chad Gable. I know it's not gonna happen, but come on, man. Like, just give it to Chad Gable. Like, that's my pipe dream, is just giving it to Chad Gable. Like, have him be haunted by the White Six while he's holding a Money in the Bank briefcase. Because why not? And you already kind of sprinkled seeds of Diamond Mine showing teaming up with him. Like, you've already sprinkled seeds there. Maybe have them help him win the briefcase.
Well, when you think about who's going to be Money in the Bank, you got to think about what's going on with the world title situation for the next year, at least until WrestleMania. I think the WWE title is going to be busy between Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline, whether it's Solo, Roman, or Rock, or all three.
Hmm.
For the World Heavyweight Championship, I think they're going to give it to Gunther at SummerSlam. How long he holds it for, I don't know. Maybe by the time of WrestleMania, it'll be involved with McIntyre, Rollins, and/or Punk. But at least until WrestleMania, whoever it is does win Money in the Bank, I don't see them cashing in until after Mania.
Okay. And then there's, of course, the blatantly obvious third route, which they have very well established, and that is Drew McIntyre winning
Hmm.
and basically trying to cash in on the World Heavyweight Championship in the same night. So this is, oh,
I was gonna say if McIntyre does win, I don't want him to cash in on Priest or Rollins or Gunther. If he's gonna hold it, he needs to hold it until he can cash in on Punk, because that's the ultimate revenge.
okay, no, this is no, I'm agree with you on that. So I would want Carmelo. Okay, here's my three. Want Carmelo Hayes, pipe dream Chad Gable, most likely Drew McIntyre. Um, okay, I see Drew winning. Him trying to cash in. But getting attacked by CM Punk, a returning CM Punk, and then you establish Punk McIntyre at SummerSlam. I'll leave it up to you if you want to do it for the briefcase or not, because they've done that before. Um, but I do agree with you that in the long run, it should be if Drew McIntyre holds it long enough, regardless of the outcome of his match against Punk at SummerSlam, he should be the one to take Punk's eventual title off him.
Yeah.
Cash in and take the title off him.
So yeah, SummerSlam will be their first matchup, but I think somehow you gotta stretch that out
Mm.
because they didn't do Punk Rollins at WrestleMania. So you definitely have that in the back pocket to do that. But I feel like they built up McIntyre Punk to be a bigger match than Rollins Punk would. So it depends, or they could do a triple threat at Mania. Who knows? All three of them fight each other. But we'll have to see. But I do think, for interest's sake, I would put it on McIntyre.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt, like I said, it's if aside from my pipe dream, it's either hate, it's either Carmelo or McIntyre. It really depends on when Punk interferes during the pay-per-view.
It's
If
not
I'm
going to
being
be
honest.
We know it's not going to be LA Knight because Logan
Yeah.
Paul's more likely going to cost him, and it'll be them at SummerSlam.
It's gonna be great if they just give Knight the title in like Logan Paul's hometown.
That would be funny.
But let's be honest, they'll probably hate him too.
They probably hate him too. Uh, but yeah, it would be very, very ironic. Not the right word I'm trying for. Um,
I know what word you're, I know what
appropriate,
you're, what was it?
maybe appropriate, because McIntyre has lost his last two the world title to Money in the Bank cash-ins from The Miz and from Damian Priest. For him to finally win the title in front of a crowd and have a real title run from it from a Money in the Bank cash-in, it's what you call a
Chef's kiss.
yes.
Chef's kiss. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The men's is definitely gonna be the most interesting. I think the women's, it's fairly predictable because like they've made sure to put Stratton on nearly every single week of SmackDown, even if she's not having a match. Like she'll show up still. Like what was it? She was on the SmackDown in Saudi, and she didn't even have a match, I believe. Or like, yeah, she didn't even have a match. It was like she was there. But yeah, no, yeah, Stratton for the men's. Oh no, Stratton for the men's. That would be funny, but no. Stratton for the women's. McIntyre for the men's.
I think that's
Um,
fair.
So
Yes.
pipe dreams for both is Chelsea winning women's, Chad Gable winning men's. Because chaos.
Yeah, that's definitely pipe dream.
Because chaos. Because it's insane how unpredictable it is. Like you were talking a month ago how predictable Backlash France was. Here, it's not as predictable. It doesn't feel as predictable. Like you and me know what's more than likely going to happen. But dialing it back, looking at it from a more outsider perspective, some of these matches could really go either way.
Yeah, because a lot of this is going to go directly into SummerSlam, and that's well, where a lot of big things are culminating.
Culmination, exactly, is the word for this.
You're trying to say like Rain said, culmination. Yeah.
No, there's a guy I watch on YouTube who says it like that, where he's like culmination, like he pronunciates every single syllable. But nah. And what do you think is going to be the best match of the event?
Best
Um,
match of the event. I am going with the men's Money in the Bank.
I'm going because if it's anything like Backlash France was with Team RKO, I'm gonna go with the six, maybe eventual eight-man tag because that could be fun. I know. Unfortunately, Sokoa is probably gonna win it for his team, but like, if it's anything like what they did at Backlash France, like, sure, like I'm down. And it's nothing against the men's or women's. I think both of those are just going to be entertaining as they usually are in some way, shape, or form. But like, yeah, I think Sammy like is probably it's not going to be a flat out squash,
But I think
but he's
Breaker's
going to get destroyed.
dominating.
Yeah, but he's going to get destroyed.
Yeah,
Like he's going to get fucking destroyed. And Priest Rollins, it's going to be a fun one. But let's be honest, we know Judgment Day is probably going to interfere.
in some form or fashion.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to do it, folks, for our predictions for Money in the Bank 2024. So, other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else, when it comes to talking about some money in Canada, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you think is going to happen at this Saturday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. What do you think is going to be your favorite moment of the night? What do you think is going to be your favorite match? Who do you think is going to be winning those ladder matches? And will there be a men's cash-in during the event? Or at least an attempt? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our predictions overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, Nick, aside from this channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
You can go find me on the socials, on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the XX Twitters, babies. But also check out another channel I help out from time to time called the Y Files. It's a fun channel that covers all things the unknown and mysterious, government cover-ups, UFOs, monsters in the night, all that fun stuff. So go ahead and check out their YouTube channel. It's getting close to like a really good milestone. I think we're up there like 4 million subscribers. That's crazy. Um, but also check out their website and check out their merch. Because anyone who watches Y Files, you love Hecklefish. So go ahead and get yourself a Hecklefish t-shirt. Get yourself a Hecklefish mug. You can fit your whole fist in there. Get it right in there. You can get yourself a Hecklefish plush. And it's all his catchphrases. So go ahead. You want to.
And also our other friend who will be joining us for Money in Bank
Oh,
reactions,
yes.
Mo Brothers. You can find him
Yeah.
find him at on the socials at Afro Mo Bro. And of
Check
course,
them
you can check
out.
out our reactions to last year's Money in the Bank right here on the channel, as well as our more recent WWE pay-per-view Backlash France edition, and also
Oui, oui.
sometime this week, hopefully, not going again, our Forbidden Door reactions, where I am half asleep throughout 90% of that. I'm feeling better now. I got like two solid nights of sleep afterwards, so I'm back to like normal status of barely getting any sleep as it is. So yeah, but stay tuned though. Until next time, I'm Kristen,
I'm Nick Slade.
and this has been a very briefcase-filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling, and we will see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.